Hey guys, Carrie here. I've done recorded like 10 minutes, then I'm like, I've really got to start learning how to edit my videos, which is coming up soon. But anyway, I'm going to start over. Hey, Carrie here. I have this story that I want to tell, and I don't want to like take forever to explain it because I don't need to do that. I just wrote an article about all of this. It's so complex that there's so many little details, and I can get lost in explaining that. And if you watched my older videos, you'll know that it was super hard for me to tell my stories. And even when I started my website, my blog, I really struggled with wanting everybody to understand every little detail, and it just really doesn't need to be that way. You pick you get what you get from it. Um, I don't have to have everybody be in my mind, you know what I mean? So I have this story about my mom, and I posted this article called Could You Be Loved? And it goes back to my mom's relationship and with me. And just briefly, I was adopted. My biological mother passed away. I was adopted by my aunt, my biological father's sister, and she's very cruel. She's a very cruel woman. She's been very hateful to me, and cruel my entire life. She's gaslighted me, picked and prodded at me behind closed doors. And then she'll turn around and be the innocent woman to everybody. And for many, many years, everybody blamed me for that bad relationship. And now everybody's starting to finally see the truth. Now, the whole idea for this article and this video, it all started after my mom. I had written her out of my life, and she actually got another chance because she fell off a ladder and had a couple of strokes and ended up in the hospital. And my sister called me and said, "Hey, mom's in the hospital." I'm like, "What the hell do you want me to do about that?" I didn't want to go see her. I didn't go see her until I was forced to go, and my sister needed me there to be a witness for some paperwork to be signed from her because she couldn't remember anything for 5 minutes. I mean, you would tell her something, and then 5 minutes later, she could not remember anything. So, yeah, see how it goes. I could go off on a tangent about every little bit of this, but, so I saw this little frail woman. I mean, she looks very deceivingly innocent. She's like 90 pounds, not even 90 pounds, laying in this bed, and she was so happy to see me. I thought that maybe she might be changed and be a mom to me, which I've never had in this life. I've never had that. I have not had a mom. And yeah, so my hopes were up. My heart was in it again. I ended up going above and beyond. And I spent money I didn't have. I spent money that I should have spent on myself and doing things that she would never do for me if the roles were reversed. In this life, I'm saying. Okay, so let me get that straight. The sun is really starting to shine this morning. Okay. There's no blind here, so I'm not able to shut that. Anyway, so she ended up in the nursing home for rehabilitation after this. And she was so confused that she kept trying to leave, and so they put her in the locked hall, with the dementia patients. And I felt so bad for her. I mean, I used to work at that nursing home, I as a CNA, I felt so bad for her, and I wanted to make sure she was comfortable. I mean, I spent money. I brought her all kinds of things, clothes and little activity books and stuff. I'm really trying to get this where it's not. Okay. So I was on after she got out. She ended up talking my aunt, who's just about as mean, almost not quite as mean, but she's still mean. Um, she talked her sister into going to pick her up and getting her out of there, and she didn't finish physical therapy. Anyway, so she's back at home. I'm going to see her, and this I've learned that with my Pandora, I mean with music in general, like, but especially with this Pandora shuffle business, I'm big on that. There's songs that will play and it seems to narrate my life, and it's just what I need to hear when I need to hear it. Well, I'm driving almost there to her house, and Could You Be Loved by Bob Marley comes on the the radio. I mean Pandora shuffle. Maybe if I do this. No, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep it like this. It starts to play, and I'm sitting here like driving, and I'm getting into I'm just zoning out on these lyrics, and I just have this thought, what is going to happen when this woman comes to her afterlife review and she sees all of these cruel words that she has spoken and these things that she has done to people in her life, because she forgot how to love herself. She wasn't taught how to love herself. And this is where compassion comes from. I mean, really, if you think about it, you put yourself in somebody else's shoes. And I know that for myself personally, I have spent nights dreading, I mean, just lying in bed and thinking about all of the things. And I'm very hard on myself. I've always been very sensitive and very hard on myself, but I've thought about shit I've done, and how I've hurt people in my past, and how, I just dreaded this afterlife review. And I just really don't know how exactly that's going to take place. I mean, I've watched a few videos. I've had some dreams about it. I really just, I don't know. I don't want my mom to watch herself and hate herself while she's seeing how she hurt me. And at the higher perspective, it was planned all along, but at the end of the day, we still hurt somebody that we love. So yeah, that's how I do have compassion for her, but I really the lesson for me is boundaries. No matter what, I have to protect myself, my inner child. My inner child does not need her. She needs me to be that parent, So anyway, all of this has taken place. I ended up blocking my mom, her phone number. She can't message me. She can't do any of that. I also blocked my aunt too, because she said I need to be nicer to my mom. I'm like, fuck you, you be nicer. Anyway, so now she's getting a little taste of that medicine for herself. So all of this has taken place. My mom's house she's been evicted from the property legally. She's got to have her stuff and dogs and everything out by the 14th of this next month. Or this month. I don't really know. But, so no mom. I finally decided. And then I've been having a lot of trouble, emotionally, but I did have this dream. I have it all written down, but I just want to wing this. So I'm dreaming this recurring theme of being out at my mom's property where she lived before she came here, and where I grew up from the age 5 and up, 4 and up, something. In Waxahachie, and there's a creek there. There's a lake And then across the little street, there's a creek, and it runs through the yard that on the property. And I used to swim out there. We used to have a lot of fun out there being kids. Um, I'm sorry. I just always have struggled with this self-esteem issue, this self-love thing. Um, so I have this dream the other night, and it was me being out there, and I was with some other people, other kids or whatever. That was the vibe. It was kids, and there was this. I mean, it was this. It was. I knew where I was, but it looked different. You know, it had that familiarity. Familiarity. It was very familiar. Sometimes the words just sound funny to me. But it was so familiar, and yet it was different, and but it was resonating with that property. I'll just put it that way. You probably know what I mean. But there was like this body of water, and this wire like building. And it was like a building that the children had made, and it was really cool, and I wanted to get to it, but the water was deep, and I was scared to go across it. And then all of a sudden I'm like on this rooftop, and the rooftop is over the water. I don't know else to say, but the house was like in the water. It was falling apart. And I went across, and I got this bag of letters and it was the girl who lived there previously, which was me. It was all about me, but it was filled with these tattered letters and pictures and things. It was very surreal. I mean, it was very vivid, but I'm going through this bag and looking at these letters, and it's like it was letters from me to me. And then I woke up, and this is the kicker. I heard Daughtry, that song by Daughtry, September, playing in my head, and I felt really nudged. Hey, pick up your phone and check this out. And I looked at the video, and it was this little boy running across a field of grass, and it was video, and it showed the video the camera recording and like playing it. And just go, if I might redo this sometime soon, but and like actually show you that clip. But man, I saw that, and it reminded me of that afterlife review that I've been dreading so much. And there's so much that I'm not thinking about from my childhood. I don't even remember most of my childhood. Won't get into that, but I don't remember how perfect I am. I don't remember that there was a child that really was disappointed in life, and the reason why I did all of the things that I've done. And it was just seeing that, listening to that, and it's talking about out by the lake and all of this stuff. Man, I'm watching that video, and I just started crying. It was so powerful. And I really just had a moment there where I remembered, hey, man, you're perfect, just like you are. And you can be loved. I mean, that's the whole point, is that we come and we live these lives, and we get beaten down by the situations that we have, the lessons that we learn, and we forget how perfect we really are. My mom doesn't know any of this. She don't remember. That was the role she wanted to play, and she's perfect just the way she is, but just away from me. I'm perfect just the way I am, and I'm learning my lessons. So I guess that's really it. I mean, I got to get ready and go to the gym, but so anyway, Yeah, that's really about it. If you want to go and read the article, it's not really that long. I put a lot of pictures in it, so it's like a filler or whatever, but it's really cool. It's starseedawakening.net. Um, I have so many plans for this channel and my career and what I'm gonna do. I'm just going through. Honestly, I am having a hard time um, emotionally. I'm doing a little side job where I'm working every day right now, so I'm very busy. And then I have a lot going on. I'm not sleeping very well again. I got some things going on, lessons coming up. Not only just the stuff with my mom, but my dad too, my adopted dad. I'm very disappointed with that. Um, so I just felt like, and I'm not gonna post and write and stuff about that because it's very personal, and just out of respect for my family, I'm not gonna do that. But let me just say that I don't have parents in this life, and the point of that is that I've got to be that in myself. I mean, I don't hate my dad, I don't hate my mom, because I do see the bigger picture. Um, and it's all a mirror. And I know that I signed up for this shit, so, but it still is fucking hard, It really is. Even with that higher perspective up on that cloud, but it can be real easy to live up there on that cloud and forget about this down here. And it's called numbing out. You're numb. You're just completely numb. Oh, I'm up here on this higher perspective. Look at me. I don't feel anything anymore. And that's just not, I think I did that for a while, and it does not work. It does not work, let me tell you. But anyway, I got 10 minutes before I got to leave for the gym. I hope that you have a great day. And if you have any questions or anything, you can comment. You can email me. However you want to do it. My email is kaekle99@gmail.com. Okay, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.